in Warrior 2, I think we have a little bit more opportunity for the abduction work. We have, I think, a really nice playground here for learning, because the front knee in Warrior 2 for a lot of people will kind of wing in, and that's the tension of the adductors being a little bit too tight in comparison to the strength of your abductors. So what we're going to do is, on purpose, like we normally do, move the groins back, and that should cause this right knee to kind of wing in a little bit. So pelvis back. With it back, take your right hand outside of your right knee. Now, without pressing the pelvis forward, keep it back, push the knee out into your hand. Your hand can push into the knee out into the hand, and you'll start to feel the front abductors, gluteus medius minimus, maybe your TFL and gluteus maximus, also participating in this action of abduction, at the front hip joint. Now, keep your groins back when you do this, and keep pressing the knee out. I also suggest, if you want to get more abductors to participate, you could also press your outer right heel down. For me, that gets my gluteus maximus really active and awake. So the next thing we'll do is come down onto the ground with our belt tied around here still. So let's go to our right forearm. Okay, so now the strap around your thighs is probably quite loose, it's lax, and that's because your legs are adducted, they're no longer abducted. And what we're going to do is come into a side plank. I like to rotate the arm a little bit here. We're going to come into a side plank on the elbow and then try to abduct the legs the best we can. Most people just can't lift up from here, so you're going to put your hand on a block or on the ground, turn your torso a little bit, and push down into your both hands to lift up. Okay, and once you get to this point, try to lift your left leg up so high that it pulls the strap tight. And then maybe you can take the left hand off the ground. Pull the strap apart from the backs of your legs. Don't turn the left thigh bone out. Turn the pelvis a little down to the ground even. Pull the strap apart, pull the strap apart. All right, then come back down. That should be rather difficult. Now, we're gonna come into pigeon pose. Bend the right knee, place the left knee on the ground. You're gonna have to move your left leg a little bit in accordance, and then slowly bring the right knee to the ground. Now, most of you won't be able to just bring the knee to the ground. You have to pull your foot in a little closer to your groin. That's okay. Now, what we're gonna do in pigeon pose, you press your right knee to the right, and it actually will move your body a little to the left in this pose. So right knee, right thigh bone, you're just gonna press out to the right. You'll activate your abductors, but you're gonna get a little bit of a stretch because it's gonna push you to the left. Okay, now press your right knee down and try to get both hips up off the ground. Press your right knee down into the earth, and if you need to, pull the back knee forward as you do that, and your hips should lift. Pelvis squared, right knee presses out and down and out, if you will. Then you can take your hands up off the ground, maybe reach up. Out and down, press down and out with the right knee. And we're gonna come to chair pose. We'll keep the strap. Bend the knees in the chair pose, stick your bum back, press your heels out isometrically until the strap's tight. Your feet have to probably be a little bit wider. And we're gonna just do little tick-tocks in our chair. So stand up, arms out to the side. You're gonna lean to your right, thigh turns in and out. Lean to your left, thigh turns in and out. So just tick-tock back and forth. Pulling the strap apart, keeping the thighs turned in, pelvis closed. Pulling the strap apart as you go back and forth. The hands are here for balance. You want to do something else, you can. All right, so now we're going to do eagle pose on our back. And eagle pose, the crisscrossing of the legs is a full stretch of the abductors. What I love about eagle pose is the standing leg needs to be strong. Top leg, flexible, standing leg strong in the abductors. So it is a great posture for this class. To get the right foot behind the left. Now, a lot of you are flexible and this is easy for you, but some of you, this is a challenge, and a lot of you are teachers, so I want to give you the breakdown of how you would do this if you were tight. The right hip, which is the leg that's on top, if you hike this up towards your right shoulder and you shorten the distance between your right hip and your right shoulder, this will help to rotate the pelvis. And then also, look, I'm gonna take my left foot, place it on the ground. So you hike the right hip up, and that will also rotate. You see how I rotate the pelvis in the direction that I want the leg to go, and that's gonna get the foot closer to behind the ankle. So the left foot is in like a bridge pose, but not, heel under knee, it's a little bit out because that's going to allow me to hook the foot behind the calf. Most of us getting the foot behind the ankle or behind the calf, you're going to have to bring the foot out a little bit. So now hips go up off the ground, and the pelvis rotates to the left. Okay, when you rotate the pelvis to the left, then you have a greater chance of sneaking this right foot behind the left ankle. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's a greater chance. Then you come on down. If you come up like this into your eagle pose on the ground here, you're gonna be quite a stretch for the outer hips. You may not feel a stretch, but you are in a deep stretch. If you wanna bring your knees closer to your chest, that'll stretch more of the glutes. Move your knees away from your chest, that's gonna stretch, I guess, a little bit more TFL.